Hello everyone, welcome back to my little channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you guys are new here, please subscribe and leave me a little comment on what you guys thought about the nails. Also, don't forget to check out my online store, Zulay Nail Shop. The link's gonna be in the description for all the products that I'm using. Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I did these cute Halloween nails. So yesterday I decided I was going to record my clients. I was like, you know what? We need a little variety on this YouTube channel. Happy Sunday, everyone. Today is Sunday. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm going to start off by pushing back my clients' cuticles. This is very important, guys. Push back the cuticles. If you guys are not pushing back cuticles, and you have lifting, that can be one of the reasons, because you are not exposing the full nail plate, and then later on when you file, how to call it, it gets pushed back. So I did zoom into this part of my video. I was like, I need to show them the prepping. Zoom the fuck in. I'm using our slim bit in grit 150. If you guys haven't not got this shit, I highly recommend it, because check it out. I push back the cuticles, and this client of mine in particular, normally I struggle to get into the little crevices of her nail plate because it's a little thicker in a way. So I love this bit so much. I always put my when I'm prepping, I have it at the lowest speed possible. So literally it's barely turning. It may look like it's aggressive, my filing, but it's not. Literally the bit is super slow, and I'm just gently filing off the shine from the nail. Pretty much that's what we're going for. You do not want to thin down the nail. I do go and pass it through the cuticle area again, because it's super slow. I don't know if y'all can tell that it's like barely even turning, but it also kind of eliminates any dead skin that's stuck up in there. So depending on the client, I go in with a cuticle bit. Um, so now that I got these limb bits, actually, I don't really use the cuticle bits as much. It depends on the client. So with her, she doesn't have excessive like skin. So I'm not going to use the cuticle bit, but you guys saw it go all the way in. Next, I'm going to measure all her nails. Ooh, I forgot to zoom out. Hold on. All right, we're going to measure all her nails, and you guys make sure to measure from sidewall to sidewall. I'm going to be using my 2XL Extreme Stiletto tips. These are my ultimate favorites when I know my clients want like a coffin length. So I recommend this style of nail tip if you guys are going to achieve, I'm sorry, a medium to long length, because you don't have to do a lot of filing, and you guys will see shortly. But if they do want like a super long coffin, then use regular coffins, because normally when you use coffin nail tips and then you cut them down, they're square. So because these are stiletto and you cut them, they become a coffin. And so yeah, I'm gonna glue them all, and I'm using our Zulay nail glue, which dries super fast. So if you guys need a new nail glue because the one you're using or whatever is not good, I recommend you guys use our Zulay nail glue. It is amazing, and it does come in the little tube. So if and when you drop one, spill one, or whatever, you could just open a new one. And one little bottle lasts me for a long time. I think I use one for a few weeks or a month, like one stupid little tube. But then again, I don't do a lot of bitches, I don't do a lot of clients, so that could be the reason. But yeah, highly recommend it. Don't forget, if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe. If you guys are watching on the TV, pause it and go subscribe. Join the family. Don't forget to give me a little like and a little comment. But yeah, so I'm gonna be adhering all the nails. I'm so excited because my client had already sent me an inspo picture. I went ahead and tagged the young lady on my Instagram. The inspo, I want to say her name was Jasmine Does Nails. I'm almost positive that was her name. So right here, my client has a interesting fingernail. So this index finger grows out flat all the time for some reason. Like for a while, her nail had been growing out like with indentations, but it was not like from damage or anything like that. So I don't know if you guys know why that happens. I've been doing her nails for like 9 years, and this finger has always been a little different. Now it just is super thin. So I have to thin down the tip a little bit so it doesn't apply pressure to it, because it's these are not curved at all, but that nail is just too thin. So yeah, I normally do that. If you guys ever have some thick nail tips that don't fit your client, like you have to press down in order for them to fit, I recommend to just lightly file them and they will thin down. So I learned this method of measuring on TikTok. So shout out to TikTok, where my clients pick a number and that's what they cut, right? So I recommend, if you guys aren't doing this method for measuring, you consider it, only because I mean, sometimes people, well, my clients before, they'd be like, I want the same length I had last time. And it's like, bitch, how the fuck am I going to remember that shit? Like, I have fucking bad memory. How the fuck am I supposed to remember that? You know? And so then they'll be like, give me a medium, give me a large. But then when you're like eyeballing or whatever, you're like, girl, I don't know, it kind of looks like that. And then once you put the color, you're like, oh, fuck, that's just too long. That's just too short or whatever. So that way you get the same number each and every time. And then it's also very easy to calculate your pricing that way by numbers, Like if you have a number one and two, like let's just say this is an example, like number one and two is $65 if you get a size 3/4, because the size difference is not that much per number. You could just be like, oh, from size 3 to 4, it's $5 more, or each number $5, whatever you want, whatever tickles your pickle, so much easier. And that way your client won't be like, well, last time they were shorter and you charged me less, or they were longer. It's like, no, bitch, last time you got a number fucking 4. This time is still number 4. You tripping. And then, yeah, I just feel like it's easier for me. So for the acrylic color, I'm using, Valentino Perfect Nude. We tried to find a nude color that matched the best, the picture that she did bring me, even though she's like, just pick whatever. But I was like, you know what? I feel like the color is either classic nude or perfect nude. And I just wanted to match it as best as possible, because I was like, dude, if I fucking choose a color that's too pale or too brown, like, it's not gonna look the same, And I always try to make my clients happy with their nails. When they bring me an inspo picture, I try my best to think in my brain like, what color is that? And this color is beautiful. I actually don't recall ever using this one. For the most part, I use a lot of the classic nude. So if you guys have never tried Valentino acrylics, their nudes are great. I love them. My clients love them. The classic nude and the bad and bougie are my most requested, actually. So just in case you guys were wondering, those are the top ones that I use a lot. And so, how to call it? I don't really use this brush often, but I don't know. Like, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes, like, I have all my brushes in a cup or whatever. Like, cuando se me hincha el huevo, I just grab whichever brush, and that's the brush I'm gonna fucking use all day. So, this brush is our number, I think it's the number 8 Princesita brush, or the number 12. I can't remember. But definitely is one of those. Hold on. My ear's itchy, so I'm like, ooh, let me go get a Q-tip. Oh, yeah. Do you guys ever clean your ear and it just feels so fucking good? Like you're having an eargasm? Well, that's me right now. Y luego más al rato me va a andar doliendo la oreja because me la piqué too far. But it's so good. Let me know in the comments if... Bitch, I feel like everybody done that before. You lying. You lying if you say you have never done that. Ow, it hurts now. I think I put it in too deep. Hey, that's what she said. He said or whatever. So whenever I do nude nails, I try my best to build the full nail with the color. Now, what I did with this client was, because it's still kind of hot, it's still summer vibes sometimes. This fucking temperature needs to cool down already. I try to do it thin so the application looks perfect right now, but it's actually a pretty thin layer for the length of the nail. I did go back and add a little bit more just to secure it and it doesn't break or anything like that. So make sure if the temperature is warm, do a thin application and let it cool down, let it harden, and then add more so that your client doesn't get any heat spikes. So I didn't record any of the filing because I felt like nobody fucking cares about the filing. But if you guys do want me to include filing and just the full process from start to finish on my clients, let me know in the comments so that I can do that. Because I was like, you know what? I don't think anybody cares about the filing, but maybe somebody does. I don't know. I have already buffed and shaped the nails. I even added some base coat because I'm going to be doing some nail art. And so if you guys do not use base coat, that is another thing that you need to start fucking doing. Get a base coat. Come get our rubber base coat because it's back in stock. Woo, woo, woo. Yesterday when I got home, I had the whole box up in here. I'm like, yeah, bitch, finally. How could I let it be out of stock? So I am using my 2-in-1 liner brush. Let me zoom in, honey. Hold on. All right, I'm using my 2-in-1 liner brush and my white painting gel for the nail art. She showed me a picture of these cute little mummy nails. I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute. I'm like, I could definitely do that, okay? Zule is not like a super artist with nail art. But you know what? The only way we're going to get better is if we practice. So all my clients know that for the longest, I could not draw a line, you know? But I have been practicing. So if you guys ever have a little free time, go get your brush, practice things that you are not good at. Stop practicing the things you're good at. So I know I am fucking amazing with 3D flowers. So I'm going to try my best to not do 3D flowers on my spare time. What I'm going to be doing is something that frustrates me, something that I fucking hate with all my guts, because I can't do it right, you know? So that's going to be nail art, Frenchies, things along those lines. And one thing that I did learn that makes my painting a little bit easier is, besides the fact you have to have a good brush. I don't give a fuck what people say, like, no, you don't. You don't have to have a good brush, whatever brush works. No, that's not true. Although it does not have to be super expensive, the price doesn't have to be like super, super expensive, but trust me, there's a difference in brushes. And I'm telling you from experience, because the brush, I don't know, I just feel like it's the brush that makes me be able to do the little straight line work. You know, like, I don't know, I've been through a few brushes and some of them just irritated me. Like some of the brushes, like they wouldn't fucking bend right. They'll be too motherfucking stiff. The hair will be this way, that way. And yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's just the practice, but it also plays a big role with your gel as well. If you guys are using gel that is not pigmented or whatever, like, it's going to frustrate you a little bit more because you have to do multiple layers. or it's too see-through, it's too watery, it's bleeding or whatever. So make sure to avoid any like bleeding of your gels, put base coat. I don't know why people think base coat is not necessary. Like your gel will still stick, but when you're trying to draw, you need the base coat so that it glides on nice and smooth. Okay. So just in case you guys didn't know that, now you do. And I'm glad I'm able to teach you guys some nail art because, bitch, I was down very good for a very, very long time. But now, bitch, now this was fucking tough for me. The heart flame, girl. I was about to throw my client away. I told her this is my last attempt. If I can't do this fucking heart, I'm gonna throw you away too for bringing me that shit. So, like I was saying, all my clients know that I'm not the best at nail art. So, I'm gonna fucking try. I'm gonna try because mama ain't raised no fucking bitch. She didn't raise no quitter. But sometimes I do quit, okay? After like I stress myself out a couple times. But this was like my fourth attempt, and I was like, you know what? It looks like a heart. We're just gonna go with the flow. My flame didn't come out all that in a bag of chips, but it still passes, so fuck it. So, like I was saying earlier, it is really important to kind of get to know your brush, like get used to your brushes because once you know how they, I don't know how to explain it, but it's the same with an acrylic brush. Like you just know how to grip it, type of thing. And then I don't know, you just build a bond with it, and it's your best friend, and then it just flows and works for you. Um, but yeah, I think I'm using the long side. This brush has two ends. One of them is shorter, the other one's a little bit longer. But the flames were looking a little funky, and I was like, you know what, de lejos se ven bien. That's one thing that I like about myself too. Like, dude, it does not have to be perfect. As long as it passes, it's okay, you know? Like sometimes I wish I was a little bit more of a perfectionist, but then I'm like, hell nah, because then I would never be done, you know? But then if you're a perfectionist, your work is just flawless, you know? Like I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm way far from perfect, but hey, if it passes, it passes, okay? I think I can curve the grading for you. I'll be a good teacher. I'll be like, okay, it passes. Okay, C plus, B plus, or whatever. So for the pink gel, I'm using gel polish number 114, I believe. This is a OG triple OG baby pink color. We don't have it anymore, but I'm gonna try to see if I could get more pinks on my website because it's crazy that I love pink colors, but yet I don't have a lot of pink gels or pink acrylics. Like I recently started to grow my pink collection, but I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong with me? So with the same gel, I'm just gonna outline the little strips of the mummy. I only put one coat as well, so that's what I was telling my client too when I was drawing for her. I'm like, damn, I love these painting gels because they're no wipe. So even if she were to scratch her fucking head or something or touch her sweater, there's no tacky layer, you know? That was another reason why I hated fucking nail art because my clients, no hombre, cómo se mueven y tocan cosas y luego they get lint on it, you know? And that's just frustrating because you're like, dude, I just fucking busted my ass drawing this and now you're gonna fuck it up with some lint? So if you know, you know, bitch. That's happened to all of us. And it continues to happen to all of us. So I was like, don't worry, honey. This one is a no wipe. So even if you were to touch it, it doesn't have a tacky layer. So I love it. And then there's super full coverage. So one coat is enough. The pink one would have looked nice with a second coat, but I just did one coat. It was still good. The pink one is not a painting gel, it's a regular gel polish. But I'm working on getting some more painting gels because, like I said, we about to be Picassos up in this bitch. We about to practice the things we're not good at. My inspiration is Nails by Dev. Her work is amazing. I know I don't think I could ever get to that kind of painting, but hey, you never know unless you try. Like Literally, you never know what you're capable of doing until you try it and you try it and you try it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about my little mummy. And literally, you do not have to do it the same. If you guys try to do a little mummy, those are the cutest little things ever. I did one years ago. I wish I could, maybe I could, it's on my Facebook somewhere. My little mummy was so fucking hilarious. Parece toilet paper. So I went ahead and outlined them all the little white strips, and then I did the ojitos. I used black painting gel, and then I put a little white dot in the center. I don't know why, but for some reason, the eyes, when I have to draw eyes on anything, it's so hard. It's so hard for me to draw eyes. But you know what was super easy? Okay, so this set is also gonna have a bat, which I will be showing you guys in a second. I did a bat. I was like, dude, I think that's gonna be really hard, but it was the easiest thing in the whole set. The mummy was the most time consuming because of all the little lines. You want to make sure they're nice and snatched. But right here, I'm using my dotting tool, the 2-in-1 dotting tool. And I love this tool because I feel like it's a pen kind of thing. It's not a pen though. So I just feel like I could grip it better, have more control. But do no, pinches ojos mamones. No me salían los hijos de perra. So I was like, you know what? This is looking like Santa Claus up in here. He just missing the beard, and then and then it has little eyelashes. So I was like, oh my god, hopefully I don't fuck up the eyelashes because I was doing it while the eyeball's still wet. So if you guys do want to recreate this, super easy, super fun. I do apologize for my big ass hand in the way, but I couldn't use my opposite hand to draw the other eyelash. So right here, I'm going to be using, okay, so this is the way I broke this bat down because I was like, dude, how the fuck am I going to do that fucking bat? So in my head, I was like, all right, I'm going to paint the tip because it looked pink, just like halfway up the nail. And then I'm going to draw a French with the black gel. That's going to be where the bat wings are going to be at. So try it this way and you guys are going to have perfect little bats, okay? So that's what I did. Now it's up to you if you want to cure this or not. It doesn't matter. You can work at it wet. You can dry it. But I know myself and I'm going to fuck shit up. So I dried it, okay? And then you're going to get a dotting tool, a bigger one. And you are going to make a big fat circle for the head. You can make it as big as you want. I'm so sorry if like you guys could barely see, but I did not know that we were out of frame a little bit. So just make that head as big as you want. And then you're going to follow up with two little ones on top, two baby ones. Make sure they're really, really tiny. And then you're going to kind of point them with your brush. Just be very, very careful. Don't sneeze, don't fart, don't nothing, don't laugh because you will fuck this part up. I was like, don't breathe, Zule, do not breathe because you're gonna fuck it up, bitch. And then just like that, voila, you have the little head. And then the rest of the bat is super easy, okay? So you wanna draw a little line down the middle just for a guide and then put little dots on the side. So when you curve the wing, you're just connecting dots, bitch, literally, but with a curve like that. Ooh, yeah, buddy. I was like, dude, this shit was so easy for somebody who cannot draw. I was like, Lord, please, I cannot look stupid here. And my client was like, oh my God, Zule, you did so good. I'm like, thanks, girl. Because I really had to break down this bat in my brain because I've never done one in my life. I'm going to try to make another one for like a video on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, just in case you guys want a little more clear view because I do apologize. This video is a little out of frame at this point. That's why I'm trying to describe it as much as possible for you guys. But then I'm going to use the same gel and I'm just going to fill it right in. And then after you fill it in, you want to kind of like make the curves a little bit more crisp or deep if you want. I think I did make mine a little bit more pointy, or long. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I just kind of like pull them down a little bit more, and voila, and you got yourself a bat. And this black gel is also a no wipe. So if you wanted to do the base matte and the bat shiny, you could definitely achieve that look with these painting gels. So beautiful. I cannot wait to do this again. Hopefully I can do another bat in a live. So just in case you guys are missing this video or whatever, we can upgrade the bat with something else, you know, like some reflective gel, some bling, something else. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this Halloween set. Super cute. If you, how many nail sets have you guys done for this Halloween? I cannot wait to do a few more. I actually have another video for my client that I did yesterday as well, coming up soon. So I'll see you guys next time. And the little bat is a sticker. We cheated. Y copas de más, tú no me dejas en paz, de mi mente no te vas.